Hi there, beautiful souls. Welcome back or welcome to The Hawk and I. My name is Lana Zelinsky, and I work in the spirit dimensions. As always, in all my videos or all my live feeds, just simply take what resonates, and you're welcome to leave the rest right here. I am on this morning to talk about the June energy. I have spent some time with spirit, kind of feeling into what do we need to know for the month of June? Where are we energetically, and what's coming in? June 1st. I can't really believe it. To be honest with you, time does seem to be gaining a lot of momentum. It's a great time of year, with the sun and things coming into bloom, and we start to feel a lot better. Good morning, everybody coming in. It's good to see you all coming in. What did I feel for June? So some very interesting energy. At first, I was feeling a lot of fast momentum. I feel like, oh, there's a lot of steps forward going on. And I really felt that there was a lot of progress. It's like all the stuff we've been processing, all the stuff we've been releasing, all those stepping a little bit more out of fear. We talked about that in the month of May. We talked about kind of a lot of releasing going on. And I just felt this new space. I felt like I was standing in a really new space collectively. And one thing with that new space, I kind of felt a little bit of this weeble wobble. I just felt, oh, this wobbling. I'm wobbling. And I was like, what's going on with this wobble? And then spirit came in and just kind of embraced me, with that love and that light, holding the space and just remembering. We're always starting where we stand. I really felt that kind of surge right through me. There was one more big release I felt coming from many of us collectively. We're just releasing one more. It was like a big, powerful let go collectively, is how I felt it with. I am fully letting this go energetically. I am fully releasing that. I'm truly okay in that space with feelings and how I feel. And as I was feeling that, I felt that little wobble and I was weebling and I was wobbling. And I was like, okay, this is okay. I really felt with this weeble and this wobble effect that I just felt it was because of this new, felt like new legs. I keep coming back to these new legs that many of us are going to be standing on. And it made a lot of sense for me. If collectively we're going through a lot of shifts and a lot of growth and we're coming to a new space and coming into new versions of ourselves. And I really felt that aha moment with, again, collectively with, yeah, I'm on the other side of that. I'm on the other side of that. And it's okay if I weeble and it's okay if I wobble, but I'm going to go forward from where I'm standing. And then I felt this huge connection. It was like I was plugged in, like into a socket. I felt this huge connection collectively with, I'm okay with my truth and I'm no longer afraid. And that's what I heard from my spirit guides was, it's okay to connect with your truth and not be afraid. And I felt the voice, I felt my throat chakra open up. I just thought so many people are coming back to that heart space and speaking about it. And when we speak about it, I felt that wobble again. It's like I'm weebling and I'm wobbling. But the weeble and the wobble, I feel, is going to become less and less the more that we kind of lean into. I'm in a new place and I'm in a new space. And I didn't feel or see a whole lot of this because quite looking back, I and pulling back into old patterns. I didn't feel that collectively at all. And I thought, wow, it's like this healing coming together, all that stuff we've been navigating through over our lifetime, not just the last few years, but over our lifetime, processing our experiences and working through what we have had to learn. I felt that very strong in the healing process. And I was literally like a little bit shaky. I was so plugged in. I was a little, my hands were shaky and I felt this. It was almost like a new walking path. It felt like I was in a new park. It felt like I was in a new forest. It felt like I was in this new space. And I really settled in there. So, the message with this weeble and this wobble, it is going to settle down and we are in a new space with all this growth. So for those of you who have been, and I think there's many, many of you here on the channel that have been kind of step by step going through some healing, going through some letting go, coming into new little communities of support. I feel that we're coming into this month, this new space, this new voice, this new understanding, and we're going to weeble and wobble a wee bit in it, but I didn't feel the looking back and pulling into those old spaces. So when you think about those old spaces for a moment, just what do I mean by that? Is, when you kind of say, okay, I'm going to work on this. I'm going to work on this part of me. I'm going to work on whether it be my diet or my spirituality. And you do really well for a few weeks or, a few days, or sometimes it's a few hours, with changing mindsets. And then you kind of lean back into those old patterns, how you just kind of like, well, now I'm back where I was. I just felt this collective leap. I just felt like, yeah, I'm okay with not doing that anymore. So I'm curious to know how many of you are understanding what I've channeled this morning from my spirit guides. Is are you looking back a lot less, or are you going back a lot less into old patterns? Because I felt that just as a force, and I think we're going to be very much stronger in that as we navigate through the month of June. I just felt this strength in there. So I can't stay on too long. I see all the questions flying up. I can't stay on too long today. It's more or less just an energy update and talk about the energy that we're feeling, because I do have a call at 9 a.m. that I have to be on time for. I'm looking forward rather than living in the past. There it is. And that's exactly what I feel is going to gain that strength and momentum. I just feel that we're okay with the wobble, and we're okay with the navigating, and we're okay with what we've let go. And I just felt this pull that so many of us are not going to be looking back, that our truth and speaking that is in the loving space. I felt like lovingly speaking our truth, but I also felt, let me just kind of add to that. I just looked at my notes. I missed a little piece here on my notes. Is I also felt that the understanding from those people around us is going to be greater than what we thought it was going to be. I just felt that there was just, either probably because so many people are going to be going through growth, that I think there's going to be this understanding of, I I support you in your new thoughts. I support you in this new version of you. I felt it very supportive. I didn't feel that pull back. I didn't feel that like this from other people. I felt very supported and loved through it. And people can be supportive yet not quite understand what we're navigating through. I have that come up with me all the time. People will be like, I really don't understand. I really don't understand you, Lana, or the work that you do, but good for you. You see how that feels different than somebody leaning in with that shaming energy, or I think you're cuckoo energy. I just felt that shift quite huge. I also felt the shift of being okay with not having to be I'll use the word correct or right or having all the answers. I felt us coming into June with, yep, it's okay. Yep, I learned. Yeah, I'm learning. I just felt this June feels soft for me when it comes to that self-love piece, to that understanding, to that growth, to that shift, even the wobble. I felt very much okay with that space that we're coming in. Very interesting. It was very interesting energy. I'm always so amazed and jaw dropped so many times when it comes to spirit and what they show me, because sometimes when you kind of look at what collectively we're all going through, sometimes I can feel a little bit surprised. I would, not that I go into I go into my channel with no expectations, but when sometimes what I get, I was like, oh wow. I was really, really surprised. Sandra says, I certainly feel my growth building up, and momentum. I'm so aware of the person I'm becoming. That's what I'm talking about. And Sandra, I really think that June is going to be filled with a lot more of that. I just there seems to be this settling of energy of, oh, here it is. Spirit just hollered it in my ear. There's going to be a settling of energy of resistance within. And thank you. I just had to thank you for that. I wasn't sure how to word it. There's going to be a settling of that calming energy. It's going to come into this within us. It's coming to this place of settling. So I'm just going to scroll through really quick. I'm not taking any questions today on spirit mentions, just because I only have a few short minutes to talk about the energy for June. It was really important to me to do the June update on June 1st. I try really hard with my schedule to balance everything everything, but I really wanted to come on and get the June energy feel out there on the June 1st. So yay for me for managing that. I will continue with my weekly updates because I do feel that energetically new things do come in. But that is the collective feel. That is the loudest piece that spirit gave me this morning. You're all very welcome. The energy is perfect for Pride Month. We need that collective energy. Kayla, I never thought of that. Thank you very much for bringing that forward. Yeah, it does connect with it being Pride Month, with that acceptance and that allowing and that support of, yeah, 100%. Kayla, thank you very much for posting that here. See where we need to go. Oh, Denise has it, or Deanna has a birthday coming up. Happy birthday. Camilla, I definitely is, validating, understanding about the growth. It just feels very different to me. Sometimes, and spirit says this to me all the time, humans, bless your hearts, but the resistance is the issue. And I have to chuckle because, I navigate through my own resistance sometimes, as big as my trust level is. And as much as I work really hard at not leaning into the resistive piece. We do kind of resist sometimes, and there's many reasons for resistance, but there's less of it. There's less of this resistance, so I think it's great for all of us. I truly do. And I also just want to say, and whoever this resonates with, I really feel that we need to really, thank ourselves for showing up, and spirit talks about that with me all the time, is Lana, like, you're doing your best and you're showing up. And sometimes we're going to weeble and we're going to wobble and we're going to fall and we're going to trip, and yeah, we get scraped knees, and sometimes it feels even harder than a scraped knee. But when you show up without that resistance, it just has this smoother space energetically. And is the spirit know that we're doing our best? That's one thing that comes up for me all the time. Is the spirit know that I'm trying and I'm growing? And the answer to that is 100% yes. And they're supporting you and learning and helping you learn and holding you in that energy all the time. Let's see where we're going here. I'll scroll up a little bit. Camilla, an update on my 15-year-old family member. He passed away from his injuries. Oh, Camilla. He got in a car accident. Thank you for saying you were worried and felt a sudden change. It prepared me a little. Oh, Camilla. I hope you know that your community here on YouTube is supporting you and holding your entire family in that space tonight. And my heartfelt condolences to all of you. When I lean in there and what I feel is there are so many things in the physical world that we don't understand, right? And this is one of them. The sudden passing of a younger person, who has their future in front of them. And there are so many times, I've had my temper tantrum with spirit. I'm going to be completely transparent here with you all. I have sat in temper tantrum with spirit with why I don't understand. But I it's a space that I think will always be very difficult to navigate through. And I think that some of the things here in the physical world, we don't have a full understanding until we get over to the spirit dimensions. And spirit has whispered that to me all the many times on my journey, with some things we don't understand and we don't get the answers to until we're over on the other side. And the passings of young people, and there is one of those things that we struggle to understand, me included. And I lean into that spiritual side of me, and what spirit dimensions have taught me is we have to hold ourselves in that love and light, and to hold each other in that love and light, and to give ourselves that space. So I will be holding you and your family in that space, Camilla, and sending you as much love and healing and support. And I'm sure you feel it from your community here on YouTube, as well as all your communities that you connect to, is that you are being held and supported and loved. So my heart is with you, Camilla, and your family. I do have a phone call that I have to be present on at 9:00. I will be back when I can, and do some more channeling and answer some more questions. I know I'm due for maybe a Q&A where I can just sit here and do Q&A with spirit. I'll do my best. I'm working on something pretty huge that has been taking a lot of energy and time. And I'm grateful for the experience and the opportunity. But I know I'm due. I'm due to come on and do a Q&A. So I promise I will get that in the schedule as soon as I'm available to do that. As always, I am wishing you love, light, blessings, and a spirit guided day. Take care of each other.